Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and day 10 of the January transfer window. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And as always, there is plenty to dive into. Marc Guehi could be available for as little as £40 million. Chelsea hold interest in Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, mentioned in the Ornstein Bomber last night, along with Liverpool, although it is most likely he will go to Paris Saint-Germain. But we're still going to discuss the possibilities of a Chelsea move for Khvicha Kvaratskhelia in this window. Plus, apparently, John Duran's asking price has been set at £71 million. We're going to dive into all that news as well. Plus, of course, we are playing a game this weekend. We have got Morecambe in the FA Cup third round. We'll have a little look ahead to that. And we'll also cover Enzo Maresca's press conference, which is taking place as we speak. And just already fresh from the presser, Lavia and James are both available to play tomorrow. But let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we'll get this show on the road. I would not pay 71 million for Duran. And would you give James? Oh, yeah, I would absolutely give James and Lavia minutes tomorrow. Need the price to drop to 50 mil at most. Yeah, I hear you. Fada to PSG is inevitable. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Kvaratskhelia is not far above Sancho. I think Kvaratskhelia is obviously natural left winger. We don't really have one of those in the squad other than Mykhailo Mudryk, who, for obvious reasons, as we all know, is currently unavailable. 40 mil potentially. You're missing the point. 40 mil as the point of starting negotiations. You never know. You never know. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But what else is being said in the chat? There's quite a few things going on. A recall. Vada is available, and we're talking about Guehi. Yeah, because because we're talking about Guehi because if we're being brutally honest here, a centre-back is more important than a left winger. But if you have a left winger like Kvaratskhelia, who is reportedly available for 80 million euros, 23 years of age, very talented player, would suit us down to the ground. If you've got an opportunity to get that caliber of player for a very reasonable price, then maybe you should be looking at doing it. But the reason why the Guehi discussions are more intensified is because we are in more desperate need of a centre-back than we are of a left winger. But yes, big up to everyone, guys, in the chat. Big up to everyone that is locked in. As I said, smash that like button on your way in. Smash the like button now if you haven't done so. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, all of the good stuff. And of course, we've also got Maresca just comments here about Wesley Fofana and his injury. Let's just quickly bring these up, and then we'll get the show on the road, guys. We speak the same language and communicate with each other in English and French. It's been quite clear. I spoke with Wes. The 12 to 16 weeks the club mentioned is the situation. Wes is thinking he can recover sooner than that. We are going to see. Well, there we go. It's cleared up. Wes thinks he's recovering quicker, but the 12 to 16 weeks is the situation. That is that cleared up. No more confusion. Wesley Fofana, we're unlikely to see him probably until March time. So, yeah, that is where we are at with that one. But let's get the show on the road with the stuff we're all here for. And that is the January transfer window. And we're going to kick things off, not with Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, but with Marc Guehi. We're going to get going with Mr. Marc Guehi. And we've covered him a lot already this week, but there is more information and more updates in regards to Guehi. So we are looking at, let me have a quick look right now. What page am I bringing up? An article from The Athletic, which has dropped in the last half hour or so. And sources have said an offer in the region of 40 million for Marc Guehi could be sufficient enough for talks to gain traction. Now, could he be available for 40 million pounds? The answer is probably not. But an offer of 40 million pounds could well get the ball rolling, which I think for someone like Marc Guehi would be a very, very good deal, a very good deal. But this article is saying the back and forth between Chelsea and Palace regarding a possible January deal for Guehi is starting to resemble a game of who will blink first. Let's have a look. But while the admirers of the Cobham graduate who has blossomed into a full England international at Selhurst Park, Chelsea's valuation of Guehi, is considerably lower than the 65 million asking price Newcastle were quoted by Palace last summer. Palace are unlikely to receive an offer in that range this month or at the end of the season, where Guehi will enter the final year of his current contract. The fact no new deal has been agreed underscores the sense that the moment for him to move to a bigger club is fast approaching. That moment was never expected to be January, but Chelsea's interest has the potential to change the dynamic. One source with knowledge of the situation told The Athletic that an offer in the region of 40 mil could be sufficient for transfer talks to gain traction, despite the fact Palace are reluctant to lose Guehi midway through the Premier League season. Chelsea could, in theory, sign Guehi for a smaller outlay than another club as a result of a sizable sell-on fee inserted into the deal that took him to Selhurst Park in 2021. However, in reality, they may be required to waive that discount in order to agree a deal. I'm not sure about waiving discount, guys. I'm not sure about waiving discount. Let's wait and see on that one. I think you put in a £40 million opening offer and you go with from there. They were asking for 70 million in the summer. They're not going to get that now because there's less time left on his contract, 18 months. Plus, we do have a hefty sell-on clause. So yeah, the price will drop. The price is going to drop. We must get a centre back to save our season. I do agree on that front. But yeah, look, if we waive the discount, then fair enough. Let's do it. Let's see what sort of a deal we can do. But yeah, I think waiving the discount, maybe if that's what it takes to agree the deal, then maybe that is exactly what we need to do. But continuing with the article, the more significant cost to Chelsea would be salary. Guehi, given his impressive progress at Palace and rise to becoming a regular starter for England, projects on his next contract to potentially be one of the higher earners in the first team wage structure that Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital have implemented at Chelsea. Chalobah is also a factor. Palace agreeing to buy Chalobah this month would make a concerted Chelsea push for Guehi in January more likely, but Chalobah's relatively high salary, he earns significantly more than Guehi, and the bulk of Palace's first-team squad is a significant obstacle. The same is true for Chukwuemeka, who another player out of favour and admired at Selhurst Park. Guehi, however, represents a specific opportunity to potentially upgrade in a key area of the pitch with a player who fits the age profile of the youngest squad in the Premier League. Guehi's played much of his club career as a left-sided centre-back. So yeah, that is the latest there, is that we could get £40 million. Marc Guehi could be enough to get conversations rolling and, you know, maybe starting to make this deal look a little bit more serious. That is what we are currently looking at, guys. Maybe this deal is going to get a little bit more serious. We will have to wait and see on that front. Maresca has been speaking about Mr. Marc Guehi in the press conference. Now, let me just bring up his quotes on Guehi right now whilst we're discussing it. But if you can get the ball rolling, if you can get conversations going for around 40 million, in the region of 40 million pounds, then that for me is an absolute no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't just explore that, do it now, and just see what's happening. And just see what's happening. So let's see. Let me just, on the Guehi rumours, the only thing I can say is Marc Guehi is a Palace player. I like Marc for sure, but he is not our player. I also like the central defenders we have here. It is a normal situation when you have injuries, but at the same time, there is nothing there. Now, obviously, he's got to say that, but come on, Enzo, we're not stupid here. We know that there's a serious interest in Guehi. And look, I think we could do something, you know, in the region of that £40 million mark. Let's get the ball rolling, and let's see what happens with it. You know, this is a good footballer. This is a 24 years of age, England international, Premier League proven, knows the club, leadership. And this is not a bad signing. This wouldn't be a bad signing. And as far as January goes, you know, with how difficult it is, I think it's I think it's important. I think it's important. But Yeah, that is the latest on Guehi, guys. Is that 40 million could be enough to get conversations going, and then we will go from there. But it feels like we could be slowly getting moving in regards to Guehi. It feels like things might be starting to gather a little bit of momentum, and 40 million pounds to get conversations started. I don't look at that as a bad thing at all. I don't think that is a bad thing at all. And look, people can write off Guehi and not mention and not rate Guehi, but please tell me realistically in January a better centre half for us to sign that isn't going to cost an absolute fortune, because there aren't really any out there, are there? Please tell me a better centre half that we can sign who would be able to slot into the team as quickly as Marc Guehi would. There's not many of them, guys. There simply isn't. Their CEO, Steve Parish, came out in an interview a few months ago and said he was surprised no one came in for Eze in the summer. I don't know if Palace are desperate for cash, but they will need to sell Guehi. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Yeah, look, Guehi's not small, by the way. You know, he's not small. 5'11" is not small. You know, at the end of the day, like, height doesn't always mean you're automatically better in the air. So we'll wait and see. He's not better than Trev. Look, and I don't know. I think he probably is better than Chalobah. So we'll wait and see on that. Yeah, look, Guehi has 2 own goals. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. No, 5'11" is not short for a centre back. No, it's not. Yeah, he's better than Tomori. Guehi is definitely better than Tomori, for sure. I don't know what people's problem is. But again, who should we be getting them? Who should we be getting them? Please, someone inform me. If this Guehi deal is not good value for money and we shouldn't be going after him, who should we be going for? Because we're not getting Kusanov because he's about to go to Manchester City. So, guys, let's give realistic options here in a realistic situation. No, bro, no one's saying that you're a scout, but you can't just say, oh, so-and-so's not good enough and then bring 0 alternatives to the table. You know, bro, Bastoni's not happening. Again, totally unrealistic. This is my point, right? People, you know, you can slag off. You can say you're not keen on certain players. Fine. But you can't then say, when asked, oh, who should we get? And go, oh, I'm not a scout. That's a cop-out. You can't just say that. Not Koundé, absolutely not. Bro, have you seen Araujo's injury history? We should be staying well clear of Ronald Araujo. Well clear of Ronald Araujo. Bastoni is not a possible deal. No, it couldn't happen. Honestly, if people think Bastoni is coming to Chelsea, I don't know what planet they are living on. I do not know what planet they are on if they think Bastoni is coming to Chelsea. Bastoni is not coming to Chelsea at all. Not once. You know, he's not coming. Simply not coming. Bastoni's not exactly. Bastoni for a similar sort of price. No chance whatsoever. Tar is not coming to Chelsea. Antonio Silva, again, I don't know what the situation with him is at Benfica, but again, I don't necessarily see that as something that is likely to happen. But you never know. You never know. Ordóñez, again, is another one, but there's not really been that many strong links to him at the Club Bruges centre half. He's young, not got the most experience. I really don't think this is bad. Exactly. Inter rejected an 80 million offer from PSG for Milan Skriniar with 6 months left on this deal. Yeah, no, bro, Bastoni's not happening. The sooner people forget about Bastoni coming to Chelsea, the easier life is going to be for them. The easier life will be for them. But honestly, guys, I'm not saying that Guehi's like an absolute world beater, but in terms of January, in terms of what we're looking for, £40 million potentially, it might be a bit more, could even be 50, right? That is not a bad deal at all in terms of the caliber of centre half that Marc Guehi is. I really don't see that as a as a problem. I really don't see it as an issue. You know, it's going to be, I just can't see it. I just don't get it. You know, I just don't understand it personally. Will Guehi win us majors? It'll definitely. I think he'll contribute. Tosin is not better than Marc Guehi. What are people on today? Are people feeling all right in the chat? Are people feeling okay in the chat? Not better than Marc Guehi. Not better than Tosin. Are we mad? Yeah, Diamonde is for me not ready. Not ready. I don't know, but I think people need to realise, right, that what part of the recruitment model that we've seen so far are people not understanding that we aren't really going for proven world-class players, and we haven't done so under this ownership. So why are people kind of throwing those sorts of names out there as if something is going to change? It simply isn't. It simply isn't, guys. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I think it's a decent signing. I personally think it's a different signing. Yeah, sure. Look, okay. Sometimes, you know, these things happen. That's why you put certain clauses in. I don't think it's, you know, all right. It's not a great look, but at the time, no one was really saying we should have kept Guehi. But sometimes, you know, if someone goes and you bring him back, it's not the end of the world. Yes, big up to Jim. Guys, run the likes up. What are we on? 120 in the building, only 42 likes. Please smash that like button. It's free and it takes seconds to do. Let's run this up. Again, Murillo, I think is going to cost you over £70 million. Over £70 million. That again is not optimal, people. Not optimal whatsoever. Lewis Hall's not coming back. Although having said that, I would have kept Lewis Hall. We don't really have a natural backup to Renato Vega. So yeah, I would have absolutely taken him for sure. What else have we got coming in here? People who doubt Guehi should remember that our former captain and legend Gary Cahill came from Wigan Athletic. He actually came from Bolton Wanderers, I think. Yeah, look, again, the team you play for doesn't dictate how good you are necessarily. You know, we some of our best transfers have been cheap transfers. You know, I don't see a problem with it. And again, like whether you agree with this or not, Vision's spot on. Like people putting these sorts of names out here, have they not been following our transfer business over the last 2 or 3 years? You know, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, we see. No, absolutely no Lindelof. No. Van Dijk, Southampton. I mean, maybe we should have gone for Van Dijk when he was at Southampton. I think we were looking at Virgil van Dijk. I'm pretty sure under Roman, we were looking at Van Dijk. Kabasi's not happening, but yeah, look, guys, I think this Guehi thing has definitely got legs. There's plenty of time to get this done this month, and I think it's pretty clear that this is sort of the level that that Chelsea are looking at. You know, let's wait and see. Oh, I also forgot to mention at the top of the show, guys, we've also turned down an approach from Wolves for Renato Vega as well. We'll get to that later on. This might not be a popular opinion, but why not keep playing Achimpong instead of spending? Because to be honest, like we can't rely on Achimpong at centre back for when top 4 is on the line. You know, we need Champions League football desperately. We cannot be relying on taking a gamble on Josh Achimpong at centre back. We simply can't do that. We simply cannot do that. You know, it's not possible to do, guys. You know, in my opinion, Josh is great and he's going to get more opportunities for sure. But that is not a solution, you know. Well, let's just rely on. So, guys, you were telling me, right, for the majority of the rest of the season, that some of you would be happy with Achimpong, Colwell, Disasi, and Tosin as our centre-back options. Nah, guys, that's not that. We can't be doing that when top 4 and a return to Champions League football is on the line. Again, Guehi and Delat would be a decent window. It absolutely would be. Try to trust the Chelsea scouts, and they know that what they're doing. If they think he's good enough, bring him back. Yeah, look, I hear it. You know, the scouts have been decent. The talent ID has been pretty decent in general. What does Guehi change? Oh, I mean, what do you think he changes? We bring a top level centre back, in my opinion, into the team, into the squad. It gives us another very good option to have at the back where we're struggling for options at the moment. So how is it? How is that not? You know, how is that not good? How is that not a benefit to the squad? I don't understand how it's not of benefit to the squad. Doesn't really make sense to me. I have to be brutally honest. No way Disasi won't be playing. No, I don't think we're going to loan Vega. I don't think we will. Maybe in the summer, depending on who leaves. I think, you know, you could potentially look at us needing, you know, another centre back. But again, as I said, it depends who ends up leaving. Depends who ends up leaving, if we're being honest. Yeah, look, Guehi's a good player. I don't know why it's why it's such a problem. But yeah, that is the latest on Marc Guehi. That is the latest on Marc Guehi. No, there's no links with Disasi yet, but whatever happens, Disasi will be gone in the summer. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what's going to happen with him. But let's move away from centre backs. There's nothing really more to add on the Marc Guehi situation or with any other potential centre back targets. There isn't any more to add on that. No more to add on that right now at this very point in time, guys. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to move to attacking signings and talking how is Guehi leadership, because he's the captain of Crystal Palace. He's 24 years of age. He's got experience, England international. He's got that leadership. I don't know if KBH is definitely leaving, but it's looking likely he could potentially leave in January. As I said, I've spoken about this before. Complete waste of everyone's time signing Kin and Dewsbury Hall. Doesn't make sense. We're going to get onto this. We're going to get onto this now. We're going to move on to attacking signings because everyone loves talking about attacking signings. And, you know, it emerged yesterday that Khvicha Kvaratskhelia was possibly going to be leaving Napoli this window. Paris Saint-Germain pushing hard to get a deal. And then we had the Ornstein bomber last night. I might have covered this last night potentially, but I was out doing a bit of go-karting. But Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, Liverpool could consider a move to sign Khvicha Kvaratskhelia if he leaves Napoli in January. Liverpool not actively seeking a winger, but admire a 23-year-old, alert to situation and may contend if it becomes market opportunity. PSG and Chelsea also among the clubs interested. Now, let me just have a quick look at this. And we've got to be brutally honest here, guys. I want to preface this by saying the chances of Chelsea actually getting Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, I would say, they're slim to none. They are slim to none. But the fact that our name was mentioned in the interest in the Ornstein bomber just gives you a little bit of hope. It just gives you a little bit of hope. Let's see what Ornstein is saying. So Kvaratskhelia is under contract at Napoli until June 2027. PSG are emerging as the leading contenders, while Kvaratskhelia also features on the list of potential targets for teams like Chelsea. At an acceptable price, Kvaratskelia's appeal is clear. It absolutely is. Kvaratskhelia broke into the wider conscious during a spellbinding. Yeah, so when Napoli won the Scudetto in 22-23, 12 goals, 13 assists in the league, which is very good. Last season, he wasn't anywhere near as good. Napoli finished 10th. And this season, he's got 5 goals in 17 Serie A appearances. This is a good player. He's an out-and-out left winger, 23 years of age, fits the bill. He's creative. He scores goals, fits the age profile. Kvaratskhelia wages are not particularly high, but again, yeah, Liverpool mentioned his main PL club for sure. But all I would say is with Chelsea in a transfer window, you've seen you've seen what Kvaratskhelia can do. I mean, Maresca says he also likes some centre backs in Spain and France. I mean, it's a bit vague that there's quite a few of those, so I've got no idea which ones he could possibly be referring to. But in terms of Kvaratskhelia, I think we've got to be honest, right? He's on 40k a week, right? Even if we offered, what would be a respectable salary, which would fit in with our thing, do you really think that PSG won't just offer more money? PSG are going to offer him way more money. And I get it, money is not the sole deciding factor on this one, but it very much feels like it's going to be a big part of it. Again, Premier League versus Liga is a no-brainer, but Kvaratskhelia was close to joining PSG last summer. They've already agreed most of the deals. Most of the deals are already done in the summer. So yeah, it's I don't know, but it's one of those for me, right, where you look at the Kvaratskhelia situation and you go, if you're serious as a football club, which I like to think we are, this is a unique opportunity to get a very, very good player for £67 million, which is huge. But we've got to be honest, right? Even if we offered him 120k, right, which is 4 times his salary, which is what Fabrizio has been saying that PSG are offering him. Even if people are saying that, oh yeah, we could offer 120k as well. If we did that, right, PSG would just go, okay, fine, we'll offer 150. And if we match that, they'll go, we'll offer 200, we'll offer over 200. We can't compete with that. We've got no chance. PSG will probably pay him pretty much whatever he wants. And as much as we'd like to think this could happen and we should be looking to get this kind of player in the market, it's a no-brainer. With solely money involved, we're never going to be able to pay him as much as what PSG are going to pay him. But if money's the sole factor, then we're fucked. But if he genuinely wants to come to the Premier League, then maybe we've got a bit more of a pull, we've got a bit more of an advantage. But yeah, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be problematic. I don't think he'll choose Chelsea. I don't even know how serious we are in terms of our level of interest. But again, it does beg the question: would a Bradley Barcola become available? Would Desiree Doué become available? Given that Khvicha Kvaratskhelia is probably going to go to PSG. No, but PSG have just got joke man money. They've got so much money. So much money. You've got to be realistic. You have to have a cut-off point at some point. Otherwise, you just end up being a chronically mismanaged club and you get yourself into big financial difficulties when you offer massive contracts, like we're seeing with like we're seeing with Manchester United at the moment. Oh, no, we've got an exclusive here as well. Jesus Christ. Why can't I translate that? There's an exclusive from Fabrice Hawkins, who's pretty good actually. Exclusive, John Duran. It's in French though. Why can't I translate that? Can anyone speak French in the chat? Can anyone speak French in the chat? Let me know. We've got some John Duran news. A PSG moving mad. Are PSG moving mad? I was going to get onto this later. Google Translate. No, I need to switch that round. Translate to English. Because the translate button on the tweet is not working. Exclusive. John Duran is PSG's other main target in attack. The Aston Villa player was contacted by the French club. So PSG are also looking at John Duran. PSG are also looking at John Duran. Bro, what? These men are just joke, man. What is going on here? Seriously, these guys are a shambles. These guys are an absolute shambles. PSG, other main target in attack is John Duran. Now, does that mean that they have? Does that mean they've given up on him on Kvaratskhelia? No, I don't think so. I'll tell you what though, looking for a striker in January, that must be nice. That must be nice. Showing that sort of level of ambition in the transfer market with a striker. That must be nice. Brother, if PSG are wanting Duran, it's mental. We can't compete with that shit. We're just not competing, guys. Guys, 166, 172 in the building, only 64 likes. Smash that like button, run it up, run it up, run it up, guys. It's free and it takes seconds to do. And I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So smash that like button and, of course, subscribe if you're new around here as well, guys. I think we're about 15 subscribers away from we're 23 subscribers away from 15.2k. Let's try and get as many of those subscribers knocked off as we can. If you're a new subscriber, introduce yourself in the chat, but please subscribe, smash the likes, and yeah, let's keep this show going. Yeah, PSG are moving absolutely mad. They are moving mad. Let's get that off the screen. PSG are moving like madmen. And look, we're not competing with that, guys. And that's not, us as a small club. We simply aren't competing. That's the reality of the situation, guys. We're not competing with that level of wage. We're relying on people wanting to come to us because they actually want to come to us rather than just coming to us for the money. That's the reality of the situation here. We want players that actually want to join us because they want to be here. Whereas with PSG and shit, I don't know if Aston Villa. I mean, should we be worried about John Duran's attitude? I don't know, bro. If these lot are absolutely playing career mode, it is an absolute shambles. They're just playing Football Manager. It's just real life Football Manager. It's mental. If they were somehow able to get both of those players, it would be a madness. I mean, I wouldn't say they were more ambitious, but it helps when you're backed by an entire country. That does level that does make things a lot easier when you're backed by an entire country. That does make it easier to move in the transfer market. But yeah, they're obviously saying that direct negotiations with PSG are ongoing, as revealed. Talks underway. Kvaratskhelia camp discussing terms with PSG. They're offering over 4 times his current salary. No surprises there whatsoever. There are other factors, though. Does he want Premier League? But I think it's I think it's a done deal, pretty much, that he will go to PSG. But again, I think with most players now, guys, they're going to go where the most money is and where they can still play at a decent level. And look, PSG obviously is not the Premier League, but it's regular Champions League football. It's guaranteed trophies and it's more money. That's just the truth. So we'll see. But I mean, look, Kvaratskhelia is just one of a number of wingers that are going to be on Chelsea's list. I just can't see it. Yeah, sure, but he's only 23, so it's not like this would be his last ever move and he's missed his opportunity to go to the Premier League. Yeah, but PSG have massively balanced the books with Neymar, Mbappe, Messi going. They've saved themselves so much money with Mbappe not being there. A colossal amount of money. And look, if he ends up going to PSG, he ends up going to PSG. No problem. No problem whatsoever. But it would be great to get him, but I just don't I just don't see it personally. I just do not see it happening for us. I mean, really, I'd like to see us do offer the 80 million euros, 67 million pounds, and see what happens. We can definitely pay 67 million pounds. There's no doubt about it. No, we're not a small club, but when we're competing with that level of money on offer, and we can't just pretend that money is not a big factor, because money is a huge factor, guys. It's a huge factor. There's absolutely no escaping it. Money is a big factor on this. It's a huge factor. So we have to face the facts and be honest with ourselves and be realistic here. That's the current reality of the situation. Just kidding. Well, we tried to sign Osman last summer. Now Khvicha. Maybe we can sign them both if we need a striker. Yeah, I don't think there's no in an alternative universe. Yeah, maybe, but no, I absolutely do not see us getting Khvicha and Victor Osimhen. No chance. But the fact that I still think John Duran is available. By the way, guys, I still think Duran's available. But we need to sell to buy, not in terms of from financial point of view, but for creating space in the squad. We need to sell to buy in that aspect. In that aspect, we need to sell to buy. But John Duran, reportedly available for £71 million. In terms of the Khvicha Kvaratskhelia stuff, I don't see it. I personally don't see it happening. I think he goes to PSG. And yeah, he secures the bag, secures a very nice lifestyle, great for his family and whatnot. And sometimes people forget that, like, these players, like, he would have come from somewhere so poor in Georgia. And look, it's the way it goes. I don't begrudge players picking somewhere for the money. You know, generally speaking, that's what we do. You know, if we've got a job and someone else comes in and offers you way more money than your current job, you're obviously going to go to the job that's going to give you the most money. Liverpool are in for him as well. But again, I think that's more looking at an opportunity in the market rather than anyone else. I would agree on that. I think we're looking at Delap, Bino Gittins, you know, that kind of player. That's the sort of thing that we're looking at. Guys, we're 23 likes away from 100. There's still 187 in the building. Please keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. So let's make sure. Let's make sure we do it. Let's make sure we are smashing the shit out of that like button. Come on, people. Run it up, run it up. Get me to 100 likes, guys. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to still do that. I generally don't think he cares about the money. Chelsea project is more interesting than PSG. But I'd love to be as confident as you are on that, but I have to say it's Vince McMahon's settings. No chance. Absolute no chance in my view. Vince McMahon, no chance on that one. But never say never. We've done a madness in the transfer market before. Maybe we do a madness in the transfer market again. Who knows? Who knows at this point in time? But Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, I think he will leave Napoli this month, and I think he'll end up at PSG, which is the obvious bet. But the fact that this guy's 67 million quid, that for a player of this quality and this caliber is an absolute bargain in this market, an absolute bargain. So for me, it's absolutely something that we should be looking at, that we should maybe be looking to at least put an offer in, or at least just show that we're interested, you know. Even if he ends up going somewhere else, let's at least try as hard as we can to get this kind of caliber of player, goal-scoring winger, natural left-sided player, which obviously, other than Mykhailo Mudryk, we haven't really got a naturally left-sided player currently in the squad. So, yeah, you know, there's a lot of interesting developments at play here. But as things stand right now, guys, yes, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia is on our list of Chelsea targets. But the reality is, I think he ends up going to PSG. We've got other more pressing matters to deal with in terms of a centre-back and maybe a centre-forward. A left winger, as much as we'd like Kvaratskhelia, and these opportunities don't present themselves very often, I think it's going to be a case of it's not our main priority. Not our main priority. We have to be honest here. But never say never. Never say never, guys. Yeah, his salary's only 30k, but that's irrelevant because PSG are just going to offer more money than us regardless. But yeah, that's the latest on Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Let's move on to the news about John Duran, because PSG, these guys are going to be the bane of us, aren't they? PSG are also looking at John Duran. He is their other main target in January, main attacking target. Apologies for not being able to translate this. The translate tweet button is not there. But as I've used Google Translate, John Duran is another attacking target for PSG. The Aston Villa player has received contact from the club in the capital. So apparently, according to Fabrice Hawkins, this is the guy that broke Wesley Fofana to Chelsea. This is the guy that broke Pedro Neto to Chelsea. PSG have contacted John Duran. Bro, that's basically done. Man City, Omar Mamouche. That's pretty much game, set, and match finitoed. But yeah, John Duran is also being looked at. There was also reports suggesting that John Duran is available for £71 million. Now, that to me doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, look, Villa would probably still sell him because they make a lot of money. Maybe they still have concerns about his attitude. I'm not entirely sure, but we should be. I mean, why Duran would fit what we're looking to do? They clearly have concerns in regards to John Duran, and I don't know what those concerns are. But they clearly still have concerns. There's no denying that. There's absolutely no denying that. But I still think he's someone that we should be looking at. Nah, bro, Evan Ferguson, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, what would you rather do, guys? Spend £67 million on Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, or spend a reported £70 million on John Duran? For me, even if you have to go and spend £70 million on John Duran, just maybe you have to go and do it. Maybe you need to go and do it. But the fact that PSG are looking at Kvaratskhelia and Duran, that is some next level madness that is taking place in this January transfer window. This is next level madness that is taking place. I think, look, even if it costs you £70 million, £70 million for John Duran is not bad. It is L2. That's exactly what it is. Football Manager settings. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. It is absolutely crazy. I don't know what the solution is here. Yeah, that could be a combined 130 million plus for both, but that's not a lot of money to spend when you are backed by Qatar. I tell you now, that is a drop in the ocean for those man out there. Yeah, at the end of the day, look, we just need to go and get it done. Just go and buy Delap this window. We desperately need a striker. You know, look. I get it. Our priorities defending is a centre back, and that's fine. But we could at least try for a striker, guys. We could at least try. You know, and we've got, not to mention the midfield situation as well. But again, I think that's just going to be a lone recall. But yeah, look, I get it. Defense is the priority, but why are we seemingly not even trying for a striker? Well, because I think they're prepared to cash in on him. That's why I think maybe they might have lingering doubts about his attitude and certain things. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It's not really making much sense, is it? It's not making much sense as to why this is happening. I don't understand it. But again, John Duran reportedly available for 71 million pounds. So I don't know. If we don't sign anyone, where do you see us finishing in the league? I think it'll be difficult to finish in the top four if we don't sign anyone. That's got to be that. I think we have to be honest with ourselves there. Like, if we don't get anyone, top four is going to be very difficult, in my opinion. If we don't sign anyone, I think we finish fifth, to be honest, which could still be enough for Champions League football. But I do really believe that, you know, we need to bring someone in if we're gonna you know, ensure that we finish in those Champions League positions. No shirt sponsor update. No. Duran too good to be playing second fiddle to Watkins. Well, Duran's been starting a bit more recently over Watkins. Watkins not been doing that well recently. No, I don't want Watkins. No. Yeah, Duran could be a headache. I hear that, but yeah, PSG are absolutely on smoke. They're just playing Football Manager. You know, they're just playing. It's just Football Manager settings. That's what they're. That's what they're doing. But let's wait and see. You know, Kvaratskhelia, Duran. I wonder if Duran's an alternative to Kvaratskhelia, but then they're two totally different players. Chelsea don't want Randall Kolo Muani Although, do you mean Kolo Muani swap with Duran? I mean, Villa were reported to be one of the teams that are actually interested in Kolo Muani. So maybe that is something that could take place. Watkins, unfortunately, I've got no idea how much he would cost, but I don't think Ollie Watkins is necessarily moving the needle for us per se. I don't think Ollie Watkins is moving the needle, guys. But let's wait and see. Guys, I'll tell you what else is not moving the needle. The fact we're not on 100 likes. We're 10 likes away from 100. Guys, keep smashing that like button. Please keep subscribing to the channel if you are new round here as well. It's free. It takes seconds to do. And I would greatly appreciate it. So please do keep running those likes up. Let's chalk off these final 10 likes. And guys, we are 19 subscribers away from 15.2. Let's try and get as many of those chalked off as we can. If you're new round here, introduce yourself in the chat as a new subscriber. Please do hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to get involved in the chat. It's a great community here. So please smash the likes and keep subscribing, people. City Scout know what to do, unlike us. Wish our board can work like that. I'll be honest. I think the scouting network at Chelsea is pretty decent. I think it's pretty decent, guys. I'll be honest. Every team goes through peaks and troughs throughout the season. We just had our dip. This squad is better than the chasing pack. Just need to get Lavia and James healthy. Jerry, I hear you. That last bit is proving to be very, very difficult. I don't know when that gets confirmed. I don't know when they release all the coefficient stuff. So I've got no idea. I'll be honest. I think the sporting directors have done a reasonably good job. But yeah, the fact that we still need a whole spine of a team, pretty much, despite the outlay that we've had on the squad, is that's a bit concerning. I have to be brutally honest. That is a little bit concerning that we do find ourselves in that position. That is a frustrating for sure. But yeah, Duran, PSG are looking at Duran and Kvaratskhelia, reportedly available for £71 million. I think, like with Victor Osimhen, I think Chelsea have missed the boat with John Duran. John Duran was a deal that was there to be done in the summer, but that deal is now obviously no longer there. And I think we have to be really honest with ourselves here, that with Osimhen and Duran, never say never in football, but I think both of those opportunities we have missed. I think we've missed both of those opportunities, and that's just the way it goes, people. That is just the way it goes. I think we've personally missed both opportunities. People, there's almost 200 in the damn building. Almost 200 in the building. We're on 187 locked in. Still 6 more likes to go. Keep going, people. Keep smashing that like button. It's free, and it really helps me out. And I would greatly appreciate it. So please do run it up, guys. Please do run it up. But yeah, what else are we saying, people? In terms of outgoings, they haven't. Let's not kid us. I think they've done some good work. Someone on Twitter said, "Get Rashford as a 9." Bro, that's why you don't go for serious opinions on Twitter. What a certain man saying here. But yeah, let's look ahead to let's look at other news that is doing the rounds, and people are asking about outgoings. Now we are in the region of several outgoings getting closer, I think. Let's start with the news about Renato Vega, guys. I'm going to start with the news about Renato Vega. Chelsea have turned down an approach from Wolves for Renato Vega. Wolves recently inquired, but a January switch to Molineux is now not on the cards. I'm not really sure what benefits there are of letting Vega leave this month. I don't get it. We've got no natural left-back cover in the squad. Vega is the left-back cover. So why would you let him go in January? I can't understand why you would be looking to do that. I don't understand it. I do not understand why you would be doing that. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So yeah, look, Renato Vega, yes, you might want to get him playing more regularly. But the move just doesn't make sense. Gilchrist is not being recalled, by the way. No way is Gilchrist being recalled. But Vega, I think, has done well recently. I think he'll play tomorrow. I know he's not featured as much recently, but I still think Vega's done a pretty decent job this season. And why would you let him go? Is my question. Why would you let Renato Vega leave? I don't know why you do that personally. It doesn't make sense. We're already light defensively anyway. You would then be removing your only left back cover from the squad. So it's a thing that it's a move that doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. You need that cover. You need the bodies. I think he's solid. I do think he's a solid player. So why you'd let your only left back cover go makes absolutely zero sense. I mean, Wolves are interested, as we know. Bournemouth are reportedly interested. There's interest from clubs in Germany, Italy. I understand that. I think he's a good player. He's got potential. He's versatile. He's now a full Portuguese international. But I don't know why you wouldn't hold on to a player like that. So I do hope that Chelsea keep him, because we could be leaving ourselves very, very short if we do let him go and no one else comes in. I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. No, I don't know if Maresca doesn't rate him. I think Maresca does rate him. It's just that with Cucurella playing so well and so regularly, it's clear that we don't really need him. Is what I would say. I think it's obvious that we don't really need him. Guys, final 2 likes. Run it up, run it up. Keep smashing the like button, people. We're almost there. And keep subscribing if you're new around here as well. Let's get these final 2 likes knocked off, people. I would prefer to sell James and keep Chalobah as the backup centre-back. Use Gusto and Caicedo as right-back. I don't agree with all of that. I hope we get Kvaratskhelia. Bro, I'm telling you now, Chelsea are not going to get Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. As much as, we can dream and whatnot, we are not getting Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. It simply is not happening, guys. Maybe Enzo doesn't trust him. I don't know. Buy and sell for profit. That's CBR, mate. We're slowly turning in Southampton 2.0. No, we will win trophies under this ownership. But yeah, I'm not entirely sold on all this player trading stuff. I don't think it works anywhere near as well as what this current ownership actually think. But yeah, I personally don't see it. Happening. I think we should be keeping Renato Vega. He'll play tomorrow. But it would be interesting to see what Chelsea look to do if actual offers do come in. An approach, I don't know if it's an approach the same as an offer. Maybe it's not. I don't think it is. But Chelsea should absolutely not be entertaining that, in my point of view. That should not be entertained. In terms of other players who are looking like they are leaving, Cesare Casadei looks like he is taking another step closer to the exit door. Napoli were interested in Casadei. They weren't prepared to meet Chelsea's terms. They've now signed Philip Billing on loan from Bournemouth, which is a bit of a random signing from them, but that's what they've done. They seem to like to get a collection of former Premier League players: Lukaku, McTominay, Gilmore, Billing. I don't know what Antonio Conte is doing there, but they're not getting Cesare Casadei now, because Billing has gone on loan to Napoli. Torino are preparing a new bid for Cesare Casadei with an important sell-on clause for Chelsea. Napoli are not willing to match conditions, and then since then, they have obviously signed Philip Billing, as I referenced. And Casadei obviously is well confirmed not playing tomorrow. Look, it's the right decision to get rid of these players. 100% the right decision. Casadei, he's not serving a purpose here. He's not going to get into the first team on a regular basis. So, yeah, Cesare won't be in the squad. It's more or less the same situation as Chilwell. In this moment, the plan is to not allow him minutes in case there is an opportunity for him to go and play. And so, yeah, we will see on that one. But yeah, I don't have an issue. Bro, Casadei is not going to go to Napoli now because they've already signed Philip Billing. So yeah, the Casadei boat with Napoli, that has been missed. We have missed the boat with that one, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. But the boat has been missed, guys. The boat's been missed on that front. But yeah, it looks like Casadei is going to take another step closer. I don't know what sort of money we're going to get for him, but I think that's going to be another one out. We should be in line to make a bit of a profit on him. There'll be a sell-on clause. I think Chelsea are looking for a sell-on clause, and this Torino bid has got an important sell-on clause. So yeah, I think that makes sense. You know, move these guys on, get a sell-on clause in there or a buyback or whatever. So yeah, we will look. I think Casadei is a good player, but I think he'll do well in Italy. But at the end of the day, guys, he's not really Chelsea material. That's what we have to be. That's what we need to be honest about. You know, he's not really Chelsea level. You can't ever see this guy breaking into the first team and being, you know, a regular starter in the midfield. It's just not happening. It simply isn't happening. Yes, that's a little bit of a shame. But that's the way it goes, guys. That is the way it goes. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, people. So that's the latest on Cesare Casadei. He won't be playing tomorrow. He is getting ever closer to a return to Italy. What other news has come out about certain individuals? Ben Chilwell is not going to feature tomorrow either. There'll be no Ben Chilwell tomorrow. The quotes on Chile. You know, we thought he might have played in this game. This is a sort of game that he may well have played in, but that is not going to be happening. Aaron Anselmino as well. It's too early for him to play. Let me just quickly find these Ben Chilwell quotes, people. Let me bring these Ben Chilwell quotes up. So on Chilwell, I don't know where this guy's going to go, by the way. I don't know where he's going to go. Chilwell, for him, I think in this moment is thinking he's probably going to leave. Where's that gone? So it's probably better to avoid using him to avoid that kind of situation, an injury or the kind of thing. So the plan is not to use Ben tomorrow. So Chilwell, obviously the plan's for him to leave. But I still don't know where this guy's going to go. Where on earth is Chile going to go? Reece's availability has been poor. I don't know where Chile's going. Where is Chile going, guys? That's what we need to find out here. Where is Ben Chilwell going to go? Because I'm really struggling to see what sort of suitors there's going to be for his services. I'm struggling to see what suitors there are for Ben Chilwell's services, because as far as I'm concerned, there's very, very few. It's going to end up being a loan move somewhere. Is it going to be a good loan move? I don't know, but he needs to go somewhere where he's going to play. That's the most important thing. The guy needs to go somewhere where he's playing. So West Ham, I don't think so. But yeah, look, Chile, we just need to find it. I don't know. I don't know where he's going, but yeah, we need to find a solution. We absolutely have got to find a solution, guys. Maybe Graham Potter takes him at West Ham. The West Ham need a left back. I don't know. But also Maresca's been speaking about Kiernan Dewsbury Hall as well. Kiernan's injured supposedly, so he's not going to play minutes. But then also in terms of Dewsbury Hall, is there more on Dewsbury Hall? No, it doesn't appear like there's more on Dewsbury Hall. Let's have a look. I know Kiernan quite well, and he will try to do that. No, the plan's not to send him on loan, because when you want to send players on loan, or you want to bring a player, it has to be from all the sides, from the players, the club, the manager. So it's not just about what I want. It is about to make a decision altogether. But at the moment, there is no plan for Kiernan. So, and Maresca saying for sure he has a future with us. Now, maybe he has to say that. I don't know. But Kiernan Dewsbury Hall will not be featuring for Chelsea tomorrow. He will not be featuring for Chelsea tomorrow. So yeah, we wait and see what happens with him. But he won't be playing tomorrow. And it's sort of you thinking, right, well, Enzo and Caicedo aren't playing. Casadei's not playing. Dewsbury Hall's not playing. Who the fuck's playing in midfield? Who's playing in midfield tomorrow? Maybe Raksaki and Keanu Dyer. I've got no idea. But yeah, we are slightly looking like we're a bit short. Yeah, no, he's been pictured doing a bit of work in training, but that doesn't mean that he's, fit and available to play. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who does feature in the midfield tomorrow. Maresca's also spoken about Trevor Chalobah. I don't know how likely that is. I mean, he's been talking about Chalobah in terms of maybe him coming back. Let's have a quick look. Are you going to bring back Chalobah from his loan? Trevor's a good player, but in this moment, he's a Palace player, so we'll see. Yeah, the classic non-committal gaffer's answer. Yes, big up, big up, big up. You never know. You could be heading to West Ham. Maybe. Any update on Mudrik's ban? No, the B sample's expected back this month. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have some news on that this month, and then we can take appropriate action from there. So let's wait and see on it. But look, Lavia and James will both play. Maybe Lavia will start against Morecambe. I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say. Yes, normally you wouldn't put him straight back in, but it's against the second worst team in the entire football league. I shouldn't think that's going to be a particularly intense level for him to slot into. But I guess with this sort of thing, you do never know. You do never know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know is the honest answer to that. So we shall see, people. Guys, let's get 7 more likes. Run this up to 120. Run it up to 120. I'd start Reece James tomorrow. Yes, I would start Reece James tomorrow. We need to give him minutes. We need to give him minutes. But let's get this up to 120 likes, guys. 7 more likes required. 7 more likes required. Let's run it up, people. And keep subscribing if you're new around here as well. But yeah, I mean, this FA Cup game tomorrow, we're going to win. I think that's almost a dead cert. I'm looking forward to seeing a host of players that we probably aren't going to see that much of, or wouldn't have seen much of before. So yeah, let's wait and see. But there's not an awful lot to say about it. The lineup's going to be very rotated. We know that. What other strikers are we linked to? Not that many, to be honest. Liam Delap we're linked to. But that's about it, really. I've not really heard or seen any other potential striker names who could be coming in, guys. I've not heard of any other potential striker names that could be coming in. So that's going to be a very interesting one as well. A very interesting one. So we will have to wait and see on that front also. No one's worked out how much James is earning a minute, but yeah, look, right now, yes, he's getting paid to not play football, but that's what happens when you're injured, unfortunately. So yeah, we just have to see. We just have to see, guys. That is the honest truth. That is the honest truth. We just have to wait and see. But yeah, look, I think fix the defense. Yep, I agree with that. Then we need to fix the defense first, and then let's look at what attacking signings we can do. But we do need some level of attacking signing this month. For me, I think we're taking a big gamble if a striker doesn't arrive this month. I think a big gamble is being taken, and that's not something that I'd be particularly comfortable with us doing in terms of that level of gamble. I think we need to be smarter there. I think we need to be smarter there in terms of that. I do think we need to be smarter. Also, just briefly on this John Duran stuff, the article is now up and there's a translate button. Paris Saint-Germain are interested in John Duran, who is shining at Aston Villa, but the deal is not easy for the Parisian club during the winter transfer window. According to information from RMC Sport, PSG are interested in the Colombian striker. his profile has already been validated by the PSG management. The player himself has been contacted by PSG. The French capital club, are moving forward, even if the deal is not simple. Yeah, there we go. That's basically it. So just a slight, bit of extra detail there. Nothing too much extra though. We need a better keeper as well. Yeah, one of those two players I think will be on the move this summer. No, I wouldn't take Tomori over Guehi. I would take Guehi over Tomori for sure. I would. Bro, I've already seen it. We've already been through that article. It's just the Marc Guehi stuff from the Athletic article we covered at the top of the show. So yeah, that is what we're on. That is what we're on, guys. What else are we looking at? Chelsea scat. Yeah, again, Barry's another interesting one. Reece James has played 4 games out of 20. But I wouldn't say. Well, look, I get what you're saying. Hopefully not. But I like the problem comes is when you basically try and build your team around players who've shown they can't stay fit. Palace agreeing to buy Chalobah this month would make a concerted push for Guehi in January more likely. Yep, I agree. Maybe they will. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do in the summer. But yeah, right now I'm more focused on us getting the defense sorted out first and getting through this transfer window. Guys, we're 15 subscribers away from 1.2k. Keep smashing that subscribe button if you're new around here. Would greatly appreciate it. Help me get there. Well, Arsenal aren't buying Sterling. No, they're absolutely not. I think the time has come for Chelsea to sell Reece James. No, brother, I disagree. If he gets injured again this season, then I think, yeah, serious conversations potentially do need to be had. People, keep smashing the likes. We're on 120. Let's try and get this to 130. I'm about to round this one out in the next couple of minutes. So please make sure you keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 120 likes. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and I would greatly appreciate it, guys. What else is going on here? Let's have a look if anything major has come through. I don't think there's anything else coming through in regards to what is happening right now. Barry's better than Duran, is he? I've not really seen a lot of this Barry kid. So I wouldn't be able to comment on that. I'd probably say that Duran is better at this point in time. I think that is a fair thing to say. But yeah, let's see on that front. Let's see on that front. Reece James will be injured again within 6 games. Hopefully not. I mean, look, I understand people's pessimism around it. I'm the same. You almost feel like you're waiting for him to break down. But yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I am a sports writer, so I work from home, which is why I'm able to do this sort of thing in the middle of the day. But yes, I'm a sports writer, basically. Let's see if he plays against Man City. But yeah, he'll play tomorrow. I'm pretty convinced of that one. And then we go from there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round this one out. Got to have some lunch. Got to get back to work. But big up to everyone for the support again today. It's greatly appreciated, guys. Big love as always. I will be back tomorrow, although we won't be back tomorrow 1 p.m. because I'm going to the game. So I might, if enough news happens, guys, I'll be back later today. If not, if there's enough news overnight or whatever, then I'll do something in the morning before the game, maybe around sort of 10:30, 11 a.m. UK time, if there's enough news. If not, guys, stay tuned for the match vlog from the Morecambe game, and we'll be live tomorrow night with news if needed. But big love, guys. Big up to all of you. Thanks for the support. It means a lot to me. It's greatly appreciated. Keep smashing the likes on the way out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday afternoon. Enjoy the game tomorrow if you're going to be there or if you're watching from wherever. Score, I'm going to go 5-1 Chelsea as my score prediction. But yeah, guys, smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe. I'll catch you lot again tomorrow. Stay tuned for the content. Big love. up the Chelsea, all of that stuff, and peace.